In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. In the morning while I'm driving, Ronnie Q. I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? I hope you all are doing fine. Can you please hit the like button as you come in? I would greatly appreciate that. Hey, Foot Soldier, how are you doing? The cynical one, hey, how are you? Thank you guys for showing up this morning. In the 10 people in the clouds, if you guys can hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. The brand new grand rising to you. Ooh, I'm rhyming this morning. How are you? I hope you guys have had a good week thus far. I'm trying to, okay, there it is. Okay. So I have my goals up. If you have learned something today, feel free to hit the goal button. Uh, I'm just here to just give some information, share some things with you. Just one second. I apologize. Okay. Grand Rising, very Carrie. I see I didn't turn my computer on early enough to see that Very Carrie is back. Very Carrie uh, has a live uh, and she where she does games, uh, mind teasers, and they are very good to wake you up and have you thinking. Well, it says games, maybe. I'm pretty sure she did games today. She wakes you up and make you think, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm gonna drop her link in the chat. Please check out Very Carey in the mornings. Oh, hey TC, what's going on, girl? How you doing? Yes, mind. Start your day with mind benders uh, at Very Carries. Okay, so what do I have? I have a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So my husband, he loves to come home and turn on CNN. Uh, I'm not a fan of CNN, but so I was really surprised that I heard something new on CNN yesterday that wasn't real old. What is that girl's name? I was trying to, and then I tried to Google it. And the thing that I hate about CNN's broadcasts and their YouTube, the content, it's not like they put the shows up so you can go to a specific show and find something. They just put up random stuff. So oh, I think her name is Caitlin Collins. What is her, I think is it Caitlin uh, Collins, the one whose mouth curls up like the Joker in the corners? I think her name is Caitlin Collins. Hey T Danielle, are you home? Thank you for joining me. Uh, Danielle has been jet setting. So I think her name is Caitlin Collins. Yes, it curls up in the corners, in both corners, like you know how the Grinch smile when he smiles, and then he gets a big wide smile, and then the corners curl up in circles. Yeah, or like the Joker. Yeah, her name is Caitlin Collins. Yes, ma'am. I'm home. Thank you for welcoming you back. Thank you for coming over when you got back. I am so happy that you had a chance to have what sounds like a wonderful trip and chill out and still mod in chats and when you could. She's the reason Don Lemon was left go. Okay, Caitlin Collins. Yes. So and I was surprised that they're changing Wolf Blitzer to the mornings, and they gave him a co-host. I'm like, not Wolf. That's why Dave Acosta quit their show on the air. That's exactly why Dave Acosta, who was doing good in his time slot and getting good ratings, he quit live on the air. I played that for you guys um, the other day, uh, maybe a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, when Dave Acosta quit on air because they were changing his time slot. I think it was a horrible time slot they were giving him. It wasn't early morning. I think it was a midnight time slop. Yeah, it was a time slop, not a time slot. So he bid adieu to them on the air. Thank you, the Great White Phantom. Yes, Caitlin Collins. T Danielle, I need some Latin lessons so I can cuss in Latin and still be dignified. Still be. What do you got to be dignified before you can still be dignified in English? Did I stutter? I call it clown mouth. Yeah, you don't see black women with a clown mouth. Well, you see some clown shit come out of a lot of black women's mouths, but I digress. Some black women, not all black women. TC, I got you. I learned some cuss words. Of course, you would go over there. I, I know you know it's something about the emphasis they put on certain words that make people who speak other languages and the conversation, and they say certain words, and you'd be like, oh, what is that word? What did you say? And then they kind of be shy to tell you that it's a curse word. Yeah, we know a curse word, just like a drug addict like Ness can go to any city and find her some drugs. Let's talk about it. Christine Amanpour, she does a lot of specials. Uh, she she'll do a special every now and then, but she doesn't have a regular show. I love her. I loved her. Okay. Oh, TC didn't get my little smart remark. Good morning, Miss Queenie. Grand Rising. Oh, sometimes people are born with an automatic smile. I get what you mean. Italian men are sexy. I don't know what they are saying, but it sounds so sexy when they say it. Okay, so Caitlin Collins, he turned on the TV, and Caitlin Collins was talking to someone yesterday. And I don't know who the man was. I because I just am not vested in hearing anything that happens because I'll get mad and say, you see, she didn't ask them a question. How come they didn't follow up and ask them what they meant by that? How come this? How come that? And then then my husband look at me like I'm crazy, like say, "You are crazy." I'm like, I'm serious. How come they just let them go with that answer? If how would they? How can they just let them go saying that shit when they know that shit ain't true? How come they didn't fact check them? So I just try not to pay attention to it. So So there was a man on there, and he said something that he met with Elon Musk on yesterday. Yes, I'm all news except when I choose not to be. I'm who I want to be, and I'm not asking anyone to come to my channel. And I'm not mad if anyone don't come to my channel because I understand that most of you don't understand the things that I'm talking about. So not you guys. Grand Rising, Bernice. I understand most people have a shallow or no understanding of my content. So I'm not mad at anybody who don't come. Stay, stay where you are. I don't think I'm saving anybody, Ness. I don't. I'm not throwing any rocks and hiding my hands. Much like you can't hide those thunder thighs that you are looking like Brianna. Much like you can't hide that belly, much like you can't hide all of them peels that pile up on those cheap ass clothes that you wear. Motherfucker, get an automatic razor from Timu to get all them peels off of those cheap Timu clothes. Actually, the clothes should automatically come with a peel remover. Bitch be putting on clothes, have all them little small balled up dots on her clothes and cat hair. Get a motherfucking lint roller and a peel remover. Bitch be going to work looking like a whole pharmacy. She has so many peels on them goddamn cheap ass polyester clothes that she wearing. Bitch, I ain't throwing my hands. I ain't throwing no rocks and hide my hand nowhere. If I got something to say, I put your name on it. So how you talking about I'm throwing rocks and hiding my hand? Like that lump on your lip is hiding them stair stepping teeth you got in your mouth? Is that what it's doing? Like you hiding your ugliness under 50 pounds of makeup? Is that what it's doing? I ain't hiding the goddamn thing, bitch. You got me fucked up. Child, bye. And everybody wants to be a news reporter. Oh, I watch Jasmine Crockett and I think she's dope. But do you understand anything she's talking about? Of course you watch Jasmine Crockett because she's been the hot topic, and so you don't want to be left out. But can you enunciate or can you explain any of the things that she says, what any of it means, what any of it's connected to in the form of you and how you live your life? No, you can't. You just heard that there's a sassy black congresswoman who be giving them the business, but you don't even know what the fuck she talking about, bitch. I doubt if your dumb ass voted. So, bitch, don't try it with me, ho. Anyway, I went into all of that. Um, yeah. Oh shit. Shoot. Excuse me. Okay, so how are you guys doing this morning? I agree. All I looked up and I see, I agree. Please hit the like button on your way in. Yeah, I'm setting up my live last night. Unlike people who can just come up and open up a panel and have people just come and do their work for them, I actually put some work into my show. So as I'm gathering my stuff, I need to listen to something mindless that I don't have to concentrate on. And I knew exactly where to go. I saw that Ness had been on earlier, so I put on some mindless stuff. And this bitch is over there talking about me. Bitch, talk about your mama and how if things keep going the way they are, you and her gonna be shipped back over to Haiti, bitch. If you want to talk about something. Oh, but you wouldn't know that is a topic that you need to discuss because you're a dumb bitch. Hey, Tay Bay forever, how are you doing? A view is a view. Did I say hello or did I just read your I agree? Return to sender. Address unknown. You nappy head rat. They're gonna ship you home. Bitch sitting over there talking about everybody think that I'm in need because I lost my job and I don't need anything. I got a job making twice as much than the job that fired me. Oh, so bitch. So you making minimum wage now that you quit selling pussy? Is that what you're saying? You making twice as much? So you're making minimum wage, twice as much as you was making when you were selling pussy? Oh, okay. That must be what she mean. Cause no, that is a real song. That's a real song. Uh, put it in Yahoo. I mean, put it in go to YouTube and put song Return to Sender. That's a song they used to play that on Happy Days all the time. I'm going to chaperone another field trip today, going to the ACC women's basketball tournament game with a bunch of fourth graders. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. Not the rat. Yes, the rat. Girl, you're going to be all right. Okay, so let me get back to Caitlin Collins. Okay. Yep. Return to Sender, Address Unknown is a song. Yeah, it's a song from I guess the 50s or something. I just know I used to hear it on Happy Days all the time. For those of you who don't know, Happy Days was a sitcom in the 70s. It was made famous. One of the famous characters, monikers, or was known by saying, "Hey, hey, hey," the Fonz. I remember that song. Okay, so back to Caitlin Collins. Okay, so there now you know that 45, 47, and Elon Musk first came out in the Oval Office saying that, oh, he had found more fraud and abuse in the social service system, more than anything that you have ever seen in your life. That's what he said. He said there are people that are 150 years old collecting Social Security checks. And then he also says, no singing. Excuse me. You come back being rude. You just come back being rude. That's what I be telling. I be telling M. Bernadette that I always put the ear up that has the hearing aid on it, and I'd be like, let me turn this down. Uh, how dare you? Okay, so maybe I. Okay, so I heard Caitlin Collins have this guest on, and even in this address that he did on, was it this week, Tuesday? Here comes 45, 47. And he has a list of over, I think, 12 or 15 million people that are between the ages of 99 and 117, 3 million people, and 3 million people between the age of 120 and 136, and 3 million people between the age of 137 and 150. And then he had people who were like 200 years old. A number for these people, 100,000 of them are getting checks, and he even had somebody who was 300 years old getting checks. Getting checks. He said that that's what his Doge committee found out. Now, let's be clear. The first time that Elon Musk said that lie, that he saw people in Social Security getting checks who were 150 years old, that was debunked. And if you come over here to Ronnie Hughes and get information and get facts, I clearly showed you where that has been debunked. Uh, I will I'm gonna hit this link in the chat. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forwards. If you know, you know. If you a dummy, you don't know. So you can never say that I don't give you information. Let me. There's a link in the chat detailing why that information is wrong and how Social Security actually works. Social Security cuts off people's payments at a hundred and something automatically, and they will if you're older than that age, you will have to let them know that you're still alive. The reason why all of those other Social Security numbers are still relevant in the Social Security system is because they have not received a death certificate for these people. So when people in your family die, if you don't send Social Security a death certificate, they will not continue to give you a check unless you're trying to steal money from Social Security. But at a certain point, they're going to cut off your services unless you prove that you're still alive. So that's how it works. period. So you had 45, 47 came out on that speech saying all of this. These people were getting checks. They found hundreds of millions of dollars where people were getting checks. These 100+ year age people allegedly were getting checks. And see, sometimes if you say a lie long enough, it will start to be repeated. And idiots have started to repeat this lie. That's what make it so easy for this dumb motherfucker to come up there and tell these lies with a straight face. And the whole Republican side of the aisle stand up and clap as if it's true, knowing damn well that that's a lie. So if he peddles so much waste, I ain't gonna go there. Okay, I'm gonna stay where I'm at. So then, yesterday on CNN, Caitlin Collins was interviewing some guy. He said that they had a meeting with the head of Doge, the muskrat, on yesterday, and he had just came from the meeting. And he wanted to make a correction as if he didn't understand why people were getting it confused. But see, what the waste, fraud, and abuse in Social Security was. Are you ready for this? He said that he cleared it up. What it was since these Social Security numbers are still on file and open at Social Security, the fraud is that people have been using those Social Security numbers to procure loans. Okay. So this is the next thing they're going to try to feed you. It's not that so if they are trying to procure loans, if that's where the waste, fraud, and abuse is, that waste, fraud, and abuse would not be in Social Security. That would be in banking. Because Social Security does not give loans. See, banking gives loans. So don't try it. So if I'm laying dead for somebody uh, who have uh, who have that clip to show you. And if I see it, if I find it, if it goes any further, I'm telling you what I heard with my own ears that I was like, I know they're not gonna try this. And instead of simply saying, like they had to say in a lot of, well, they didn't say it, they just pulled a lot of stuff off of the Doge website that they lied and told you was fraud. It was the top 5 things that they pulled off secretly after they got fact checked. And now they have pulled so much shit off of the Doge website as they continue to come out and tell the American people that they have found hundreds of $1 million worth of waste. And all the amounts that they have that they can surely put a price tag on is the jobs that they have taken away and how much they've saved by not paying federal employees. That's all they can say. So there's that. Hey, Fedora. I hope I, I hope I make it close. Yeah, 115. Thank you. I thought it was 100 foot. He's so full of shit. His breath smells like it too. Right. Hello. I'm still here and I need my money. Yes, they verified that these people, uh, uh, before they continue to give them their money. Grand Rising, Jill's comfort zone. Okay. Tell a lie and repeat it often. It becomes the truth. Joseph Goebbels, Minister of Information for Hitler. Exactly. Grand Rising, Miss T Velocity. Your name was over there in that garbled stair stepping teeth having bitch's mouth as well. But I'm sure you know that. Isn't it always? Uh, so Excuse me. Um, Now, Auntie Donna, hello, Grand Rising. Okay, so I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United People who taken away veterans' job, indivisible, with no liberty, no justice for the people who have served. So, did you guys hear that the Veterans Affairs Department is planning to eliminate more than 80,000 workers, many of which who are what? Former veterans. I'm doing this story, but I don't want anybody to be like Ronnie Q must be a veteran because she did a story on veterans. No, Ronnie Q is doing stories about the news. So when I do a story about veterans, it does not automatically I must be a veteran. So when I do a story about food stamps, she must be on food stamps. No, but I wonder if the news lady who is a subpar news lady is going to talk about this. Hmm. I'll wait. Breaking internal memo reveals that the Trump administration plans to cut over 80,000 workers. Hold on. From Veterans Affairs. Meanwhile, the Veterans Affairs VA department is planning to lay off as many as 83,000 workers by the end of 2025, according to an internal memo obtained by the government executive, a news outlet covering the executive branch. I didn't watch Dick Lip, but I'm sure she had a lot to say. Girl, she threw me in there too. Girl, please. She better go sit her ass down somewhere. Now, I I found, is this something? Okay, I think this is something as well. Let me remove this comment. Richard Hudson just dramatically told members to. Oh, now we all know about these town hall meetings, and what did I tell you about these town hall meetings where all of the palm colored people were getting in their representatives' ass? Remember, I told you about all the angry people who are mad in these red districts and giving their Republicans representatives a earful. See, first they tried to lie and say, no, those are Democrat plants in there. That's who that is at these town hall meetings. No, that's your own constituents who see you guys sitting up there and acting as if they didn't elect you to vote in their interest, and you're just sitting back collecting a check and letting Elon Musk do whatever he wants in the government and agreeing to it. So now somebody stood up and said no one should be doing town halls, likened it to 2017, said the protests and town halls and district office are going to get even worse. No shit. No shit. Of course they're going to get worse. Another congressman got up and complained that they've been picketing at her house and targeting her kids, the source says. So they wanted to pretend like these were Democrats who were out here doing these things. And now they're sitting up in their congressional meetings telling telling people to trying to discourage people, your Congress people, your senators, your elected officials from doing town hall meetings because they are so boisterous with people telling them to do their job, the people that voted to put them in these offices. So I want to show you this is in, where is this? I gotta enlarge this. And this is their work to do. This is the y'all work to do. Yes, this is in Idaho, of all places. See now, the palm color people are very, 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 very upset. But this is what you put in office. Okay, let me show you another. This was from either Monday or Tuesday. This is in Arizona, I think. Let me. I can't. My Phoenix, Arizona, and you see the people are on the sidewalk. You see the line is going all the way around. This is where they're walking. So I it's hard to get a big visual because they're walking past the camera on the sidewalk, and you see the people. The people go all the way back here. Okay, so that's Phoenix, Arizona. No kings in America. Uh, that's one of the signs that I see. I see this black sign says impeach. I see this black sign has something about 45, 47 by name. Okay, so let me show you one more. Just giving y'all, just in case y'all didn't see these things. Uh, Let me give you one more place. Oh, this is a big one. And let me see, where is this? This is in Salt Lake City, Utah. Y'all thought that was in New York City or something, huh? Did y'all think that this one was in New York City? That's a lot of people. And that's just a small portion of them. They go far beyond that little steel. This is a video, so I just screenshot it. It doesn't look as impressive as it does when you see the actual video of the number of people, palm colored people. Let's see if I can read some of their signs. What are these palm? I can't read their signs. It's too far. What are these people upset about? Hmm. You're in the clouds listening. Hey, brick girl Haley. Hey, girl, hurry. Where did Jill's comfort zone have a good time at? Where was it must have been on Miss Juicy page because I didn't get a notification from Auntie Donna last night. Auntie Donna, did you have the live or somebody else had the live? I'm all up in y'all business. If you put it on YouTube, I'm gonna talk about it. Huh? Anybody? I guess y'all ain't talking to me. Like, stay in your place. Mind your business, not mine. Okay, so what else? Okay, also, I wanted to talk about these protesters as well. So you remember when 4547 came out and said that he was freezing all federal aid money. He said he was freezing all federal aid. And then when the news got out about all the things that he was freezing, that he wasn't supposed to be freezing, and then they looked dumb when they stopped payments on research into the bird flu that has our eggs so high. They have never reinstated the research for that's studying cancer in children, although they held up a black child as a prop when he did his address, who has beat it, who has beat cancer, who was said to only have between 5 or 6 months to live, and that was 6 years ago. So they held him up as a prop without telling you they still have not reinstated the money that they took away from cancer research from children. And in that State of the Union address, they also did not what they also told you is that some children are exposed to things in where they live, like the air and the water. Why would they be exposed to that? Because the EPA needs to go in and make sure their air and water is clean. But what is their stance on the EPA? They want to remove the EPA entirely, and they have made cuts to the EPA. And they say the EPA has so many regulations that tie their hands. They tie their hands because they make them clean up all their waste and not put their waste in our drinking water, in our air, and that's inconvenience for the money that they're making to give to their shareholders, their profits. That's why they say that their hands need to be free. But they're holding this black child up and say many children get cancers because of the things that is in their environment. So I want to show you these people. They were protesting yesterday, actually in the Capitol, and they were arrested. So let me. They're protesting Macro's Marco's Marco Rubio waiver is a deadly lie. They're talking about Marco Rubio. So in them saying that they would give it after they got busted and people were calling out all the agencies that were not getting money that was doing good. They came out and said that they were going to give waivers for certain things. And one of the things was child cancer research, but they have not started that money back up. One of the things was the Ebola virus that they were working on with, I think it's I can't remember what country. See, this is money that they go out to fight the diseases where they start so they won't branch out over here by somebody who is in contact with somebody who catches a plane over here. So they want to fight it and stop it where it starts. So the Ebola, you heard of Funky Muskie come out and said they have restarted it. That's a lie. They have not restarted it. They were actually told to restart this money that has already been allotted by Congress. But what did they do? What did they do? They took it to court. They took it to court instead of restarting the money like they was told to. But no, they took it to court, and they didn't restart the money. Judge orders U.S. to restore funds for foreign aid programs. And that's what the judge ordered. And then what happened? They were told to come back in to let them know if they had started it back up. But they still had not started it up. Why? The judge gave them a time limit the second time they went to court, and they wanted to see them back in court, and they did a last ditch effort to take it to the Supreme Court. They still have not started back up this money for these things that Marco Rubio said that they were giving waivers for because these are important things. And you see the people are out there protesting yesterday in the Congress, in the halls of Congress, getting arrested because the judge has already ordered them to do it, ordered them to do it a second time very clearly, and they still haven't started. They said we're going to take it to our personal Supreme Court, and they're going to do whatever we want them to do. So the Supreme Court ruling came in yesterday. And is this it? Supreme Court rejects Trump administration bid to avoid paying USAID contractors. Now, this is what 45, 47 administration is up to. Don't forget that he says that a person that does no wrong commits no crime. So now, how many of us would be able to, and how, where is this efficient at? Where is any of this efficient at? Government efficiency. It seems like this whole Doge thing is a whole lot of waste, fraud, and abuse. So let's look at what else Doge is doing that has been overturned, hurting people and not making the money that it says it's making. So what is this? Let me see. What is this? The EPA. So why is it that the Supreme Court let San Francisco discharge more raw sewage into the Pacific Ocean? This was a ruling from the Supreme Court. Yeah, they'll have. Remember, I took y'all through Bangladesh, them having to clean up Bangladesh because they just threw their trash out all over the place. Go to the beach where there's a raw sewage pipe running raw sewage race right into the brown water that they are wiping on their face at the beach. Y'all remember me going through that? And had waterways going through their cities and shit that you could actually walk on because it was so trash filled that you could actually walk. You saw no water. All you saw was dirt. And they had big, huge teams that come out and clear it, and you finally realize that that was water. So is this what we're doing? The conservative Supreme Court aligned with liberal San Francisco on Tuesday, ruling that the federal environmental regulators overstepped their authority by attempting to impose vague limits on how much raw sewage the California city may pump into the Pacific Ocean. Conservative Justice Samuel Alito wrote the opinion for a 5-4 majority in a ruling that could make it harder for the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, to police water quality standards. It is the latest in a series of losses for environmentalists at the High Court. At the Supreme Court, EPA is required to issue limitations necessary to ensure the water quality standards are met. Justice Amy Coney Barrett, a conservative, wrote in a partial dissent. A partial dissent. It should have. How can you halfway disagree with this? But at least she partially dissented. Um, that was joined by the court's 3 liberal justices. So, taking a tool away from the EPA may make it harder for the agency to issue permits that municipal. I don't know. This is something over this. In order for their discharge to be lawful, I don't know what's under that, but this is the. Did y'all know about this? So these are the things that they want to get rid of. Grand Rising, Nappy Child. Grand Rising, a click in a view. You remember it was very disgusting. Hey, Kings Mina, Grand Rising. So it seems like we will be like a Bangladesh pretty soon. Yes, it was disgusting to see them prop that little boy up who had cancer, but at the same time cutting research that kept him alive. Exactly. Spicy dicey. Hey, cutie pie. Miss Juicy Reviews had a live last night, and you joined her. Um, I don't know who Miss Juicy Reviews is. Drop her drop her link in the chat if you want to, Auntie Donna. So if you guys learned something you did not know, feel free to help me meet my goals today, because a lot of stuff went on yesterday, and that thing with Elon Musk trying to change, people are using these social securities of these old people um, to get loans as an excuse for him saying that there's so much fraud in Social Security. If that's what you're saying, the fraud is not in Social Security. The fraud is in the banking system. Yeah, go over there to these banks who y'all always bailing out with our taxpayer dollars, but you're going to try to say that the fraud is in Social Security. No, because that ain't what you initially said. Y'all initially said that these people were getting Social Security checks. And now that you have gotten checked 100 ways, north, south, east, and west, and you factually cannot say that anymore. See what they're trying to do. Let me tell you. Let me share this. What they're trying to do is say that Social Security is so broken that they are gonna have to do something different with us with it. So you know that they said that the Republicans have always been gunning for Social Security. Let me remove this. Right, and just because some palm color folks look 150 years old don't mean that they are. They only 45, girl. Ooh. Oh, is that a read? Let me share something with you. And that's what they're trying to do with a lot of these programs, trying to make it look like it is so broken that they have to come in and fix it. Okay, so I dropped the link for this because I may or may not have added all of my anything that I'm sharing on screen is going to be in the description box. Okay, this man right here is the former Social Security chief, warns Musk meddling could lead to system collapse. That's what he wants. Is exactly what he wants. So he stepped down from his job. Former Maryland governor and Social Security chief Martin O'Malley is warning that Donald Trump and Elon Musk attacks on the agency could result in a system collapse and interruption of benefit for Social Security recipients. In a weekend interview with CNBC, O'Malley, who headed the Social Security Administration until Trump took power, sounded the alarm over the so-called Department of Government Efficiency cuts to the agency. In recent weeks, Musk has called for core social safety net for the core social safety net program, the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time, falsely claiming it is riddled with fraud, waste, and abuse. Since Trump took office and empowered Musk at Joe's, the administration had shuttered at least 10 Social Security field offices, eliminated the, the SSA Office of Transform Transformation, tasked with improving the application process for recipients, and the Office of Civil Rights and Equal Opportunity, an attempt to force its way into the payment system containing highly sensitive data about American citizens. The Trump administration also, and we know that they have since breached that office about highly sensitive data about the American citizen. The Trump administration is also seeking to eliminate more than 7,000 jobs within the agency. Well, that surely will cripple the agency, which is a small, efficient, and the thing about it is that they have not shown any waste, fraud, and abuse. They have come out and said these lies, but they want people to say, "Oh, it's just more abuse. It's a Ponzi scheme, and all of this." And if I played a video yesterday where they were saying, Musk was saying, "Well, have you compared Social Security to the debt clock? Why would you?" Because Social Security is not a debt. Social Security is a fund that working Americans pay into. It's not a debt. Why would you compare it to the debt clock? And then he goes back around and says, "Well, have you seen how much Social Security is on the hook for? It's double what the debt clock says. It's double." Go take your ass back to South Africa. There are plenty of problems for you in South Africa. So get the fuck up out of my place. And you know most millionaires, when they get of age, they still collect their own Social Security checks. Can you imagine? Okay. It's not going well, according to the former SSA commissioner. Ultimately, you're going to see a system collapse and an interruption of benefits, O'Malley said. He told CNBC, advising people to receive payments through advising people to receive payments through the program to start saving. He said that the interruption could happen within 30 or 60 days. Let me see. 30 to 90 days, I'm sorry, he predicted. Last month, acting Social Security Commissioner Michelle King resigned from her post in a dispute between the SSA and Doge over access to private records on Social Security payments. And after she resigned, they went in there and got everything that they wanted. Musk claimed that if he wanted to rummage through random personal shit, I could have done that at PayPal. Hello. What does one thing have to do with the other? The billionaire has accused the SSA of paying out checks to tens of millions of people marked in Social Security as alive when they are definitely dead. It turns out Musk was lying and misconstruing a common data management practice for dates of birth as fraud in order to justify his cuts to the agency. In Friday, an interview with a pro-Trump broadcaster, Joe Rogan, Musk openly demonstrated both his lack of understanding of how Social Security worked and what a Ponzi scheme is. So that's where he said it. I played that for you. Like Republicans before him, Musk claimed that Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. When asked by Rogan to clarify what exactly he meant by that, Musk attempted to argue that because individuals pay into Social Security before they retire and don't receive their bonus until after, that whole thing is actually a massive scheme. It's called a retirement plan for people who don't actually work jobs that give them a retirement plan, and for people who have a retirement plan so they won't live in abject poverty when they're old. Okay, so he said that, and they actually had to pay them for all of their life when they start getting these Social Security. Well, y'all, you motherfuckers keep pushing the retirement age back and back. They talking about pushing it back to 72 now, and we need to do like they did in Paris when they said that they were going to push the retirement age back in Paris, they had a whole big bloody boycott about it, and they did not push their retirement age back either. So we just sit back and take. They want you to fucking they want you to work until you get off your shift and walk yourself into the funeral parlor. Oh, okay. So let me see what else. So the link is in the description box. Let me see. Republicans before us claimed that Social Security. Oh, wait a minute. No. Okay, I read that. Okay. Senator Jack Reed, Democrat from Rhode Island, responded to the claim in a statement on Monday. Social Security is not a Ponzi scheme. It is an effective lifeline that helps seniors avoid a destruction. It is a sound insurance program that works for wage earners who pay into the system while they are working, and when they reach retirement age, they get benefits. So they pay into Social Security all their life. He wanted to say you got to pay them for the rest of their life. But by the time they are collecting Social Security, old enough to social work to get their Social Security, you discounting the number of years in their life. They gave up more years of their life contributing to Social Security than the years that they have left to get it. I've worked since I've been 14 years old. I wasn't even supposed to have a full-time job. I wasn't even supposed to have a part-time job. I was only supposed to be able to work a part-time job when I was 15. I had a full-time job working 3 to 11. Do you understand me? So how this motherfucker gonna come over here and tell? And I know a lot of people in my age group who worked real jobs when they were young. I've always worked. Anyway, let me drop this link again for you guys. See, this is the bullshit of the bullshit. I'm gonna drop this link in here for you guys. I worked when I was 14 part-time. I got a work permit. I had to be 15. And when I started I think I was like 17 when I started working part-time, but I was also in cosmetology school as well. So there was that. 210 was for me. 210 an hour was the minimum wage. And it's a shame that the minimum wage, a federal minimum wage, is only $7.25 at this part. That part, Lordy, 72. Roy Ayers passed away. Rest in peace, Roy Ayers. Thank you for letting me know. Grand Rising, Leo. I heard that there's great news for Leo. She is cancer free. Thank God for answering prayers. Let's give it up for Leo, and we hope that it don't come back. It's our money. I've been paying since I was 16. Do not F with a black woman's money. Right. And just in case oh, okay. I saw that response. Yeah. So, you have to understand. You have to understand. Oh my God, not Roy Ayers. I didn't even have a license. What you mean? It was 500, and that's like 5,000 today. Okay, so that was another thing that I wanted to discuss. Now, let's talk about waste, fraud, and abuse. Y'all see this airplane? This airplane is large enough to carry a Coast Guard helicopter on it. They're putting this helicopter, and the Coast Guard helicopter is one of the largest helicopters because they have to have room just in case they need to take on passengers. That's called a C-130 aircraft. Um, and let's look at one that's bigger. This is the C-17 aircraft. It can fit eight military Hummers in it. You see, they have five helicopters, a whole fleet of helicopters in this one. And plus, they have plenty of seats around the perimeter to carry people, even with these helicopters, in the plane. That's a big ass plane, ain't it? Isn't that a big ass plane? Let me see if y'all with me. Oh, your first raggedy car was $500. I think my first car. Ooh, ooh, I hated my first car too. So you didn't have a license when you got your first car. That plane is huge. Yes, these planes are huge. So we're talking about waste, fraud, and abuse. Are we going to talk about it? So on Tuesday of last week, when a military C-130 carrying 9 immigrants landed at the base in Guantanamo Bay, the Pentagon, it cost the Pentagon $270,000 to $249,000 round trip to carry 9 people to Guantanamo Bay. You know, they said that they were going to be taking the immigrants to Guantanamo Bay. And remember, I've done this story before that the first trip that they used these military planes, they couldn't even land the plane. I think it was in Colombia, and then they had to take the plane somewhere else, and then they had to come back to Colombia, and that one trip cost over $500,000 because of them not being able to land, having to go somewhere else because they were. I think they said they were charging $25,000 an hour for this military app. It was the equivalent of $25,000 an hour when they had 160 passengers. Now it seems like they could look at all these seats. It seems like they could seat 160 passengers in this plane. It's not like they had helicopters in the plane or nothing like that. And you see all these holes in the floor. You can add seats. You can add some seats in these fucking planes. That's what the holes in the floor are for. To tie down extra freight, whatever. That's why they have holes in the fucking frame of these planes. But they took two. They took two planes over there for 160 people. And then the last, they had another two planes that they flew over to Guantanamo. One had 20 and one had 10 people in. So maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the trip that I'm talking about. So isn't that a whole lot of waste, fraud, and abuse? So they have announced that they will no longer be taking prisoners to Guantanamo Bay. And up until this point, uh, they have spent over 30 times what it would cost them per person to fly them in these military aircraft. I There was a calculation that to fly all of the 160 passengers on a regular aircraft, a regular airline, that it would have only cost them $43,000. Okay, so um, on Tuesday of last week, when I read that one already. Let's see what else. The administration has opt out for mili- the administration has opt out for military planes for reasons of no, they had opt for military planes for reasons of optics, according to a defense official. So when these 10 people got off of this plane, Fox News, Laura Ingraham was there. She was live on the spot to do a story with the defense secretary, Pete Hegseth. He was there. You know, the Pete Hegseth who had ran his veterans budgets into the ground. Did any other news person who pledged allegiance every day talked about how the defense secretary was granted his job after he had ran veterans administrations into the ground, mishandling the money that was given for the veterans? Uh, I pledge allegiance to theft. I pledge allegiance to crime. I pledge allegiance to unqualified people being in the government. Did y'all hear that? Okay, so he was there at this big waste of money. So is now we know that the Defense Department is famous for wasting money. But funny, Doge hasn't made its way over there. So the only reason that they were using these military planes when they knew they could even charter a plane for much less is for the optics. The administration has, I said I played that one already. Okay, President Donald Trump plans to use the U.S. naval base at Guitmo in Cuba to detain 30,000 immigrants. Has been hitting major legal and logistical financial hurdles. The Trump administration rethinking Gitmo immigrant detention plan amid of cost issues and power struggles. So the whole bottom line is they're no longer be going to be taking the prisoners to Guantanamo Bay. Trump administration had conducted roughly 30 migrants flights using C-17 aircrafts and about a dozen on the C-130. This is the C-130, the huge one, and this is the C-17. Surely, these aircraft were not necessary to uh, put the number of people in Guantanamo Bay. Let me see. I think okay. So he said that Gitmo, they were going to be able to house 30,000 of the worst of the worst, the worst of the worst. There's there is growing recognition within the administration that it was a political decision that is just not working. It's just one of them things, you know, you're gonna get used to. Who sang that? It's just one of them things. The Pentagon also discussed bringing home some of the more 1,000 U.S. troops who were surged to Guantanamo in the first days after the Trump announcement. So the troops who were supposed to waterboard them and mistreat them and all do all the things that is Gitmo is known for, they're coming back. Hey, okay, so uh, 50. Now he said it was for the worst of the worst people. That's who it was for. It wasn't for regular people. Now 51 of the 178 were were considered to be non-criminal at all. They had absolutely no criminal record. But he said that that's why he was sending people to get money. Okay, so let me see what you guys have to say, if anything, about that. Verbal assassin. That plane is huge. Nine, yes, nine. My first job was part time at McDonald's. I was 15. Guantanamo Bay is where they abused war prisoners who ended up being innocent. Okay, so let me show you what else is going on. I find it striking. Trump agencies pull 443 sites off of the real estate market. Did you know that they were trying to close down these facilities and put the facilities up for sale as real estate? Nobody can do it like if they trying to sell Gaza as the next uh, luxury vacation destination. Uh, you know, we have this developer mind who is trying to sell off actual buildings. What buildings were did they have up for sale that they had to take 443 sites off of the real estate market? So these are the things that are going on while they telling you that Social Security is a fraud. See, this is the shit that's going on. Why you don't know this? At 2 p.m. Tuesday, the General Service Administration posted a list of 443 properties it was considering for sale. Okay, an inventory that ranged from an El Paso toll booth to the Food and Drug Administration research campus in Silver Springs, Maryland. Okay, do you know where Silver Springs, Maryland is? I'm sure you do. Of you do. In the next 5 hours, more than 100 properties were removed from the catalog, including the agency headquarters of Agriculture, Health, and Human Services, uh, Justice Department, Labor and Veterans Affairs. They fucking with they was finna sell the whole veterans of some property that belongs to the Veterans Affairs. I wonder if I pledge allegiance to the sale of the United States of the Veterans Affairs and get that money and fuck me over because I'm fucked up from fighting your wars. Oh, interesting. Is that news? I wonder is this if this news is being covered. I'm not a veteran. I may not shouldn't maybe I shouldn't uh broadcast this news. Okay, by Wednesday morning, the entire list had been removed because the list was picked up by the media. So they slid some things off. They slid a couple of more things off, and then they finally realized that hey, I don't want this to get widespread, or we gonna get dog walk for it. That's what it says to me. The sale for some of the property could have created unique problems. The inventory of properties for disposal include a specialized satellite facility for the National Ocean Oceanography and Atmosphere, the OAA, the Oceanographic and Atmospherics Administration in the Suitland of Maryland. That's the one that they just closed down. That monitored the hurricanes and the strength of the hurricanes, and they fired a lot of meteor. God, this is meteorology. The people who forecast the weather, meteor, them people. Okay, so they were going to sell that, and They decided not to. They wanted to 3.1 million square foot FDA research lab. 3.1 million square foot FDA research lab. That's huge. That's huge. I what? That's one of the things they wanted to put up for sale. And a Northern Virginia campus that doesn't appear in federal property records because, uh, but has long been associated with the CIA. They wanted to actually sell CIA property. So, um, yeah, huge. Good morning, K Fit. You said I'm here now. Okay. I talked about that last week, Kings Mina. Uh, the words, but he bought the Tate brothers here. Yes. And they were supposed to be on house arrest. And he was one who initially said that and then when they announced in a press conference, and asked some questions about it, he acted like he didn't know. Oh, they were on a private plane back. They are Trump sycophants, and he acted like he didn't know anything about. Oh, they're on their way back. Oh, I'm gonna have to check on that. Not Marco Rubio, Ron DeSantis, he said that he didn't find out and they are not welcome in Florida. So let's be clear that they are on SA charges and human trafficking charges in Romania. And they pretend as if they understand that they have a court date and they will be back. Please, you know they ain't going back to no damn Romania to stand trial. Who they think they fooling? I could tell you stories about Suitland, Maryland. I have never heard of Suitland, Maryland. Well, that's where some CIA building is. I bet you could. I don't live in Suitland, but a lot of beef sector folks on here talking shit live there. One stole chili out of my freezer. Oh, that's where what's her name? Oh my God, Golden. It's not Golden. Uh, what is her name? I know who. I listen, Nappy Child. I said as soon as they pardon those January 6 people, that you can brace yourself because they were going to try to pardon Derek Chauvin. So I haven't heard that they are trying to do it right now, but I already knew that that was one of the things that they were trying to do. So are you saying that they are actively talking about it in the open right now? What was her name? Golden Jasmine. What was her name? Diamond. What? Oh my God, I cannot remember. I used to go over there to her chat until she started getting weird. But now they relocated. That part, Nappy Child, and others too. They're probably pardon the guy who got that time for shooting Walter, what was his name in the back? Walter Scott in the back. And I think I just saw it on CNN. Lord. Goddess, thank you. A view is a view. I was like, I can't. I'm like so close. Goddess, yes. I already knew that was coming. Ugh, they just totally disgusting. Why would you want to? Whatever. You just whatever. And see, this is what the agenda is: to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and try to stick it to minorities. The USA ordered temporary out, and um, now it has been overturned. They have overturned a case about a lot of these firings that were done because these federal employees have protections on their jobs. Now, the ones who were in probationary stages, they were able to fire quickly. But it was this one guy who he tried to fire who was over the whistleblowers and everything, and they just thought that they were going to get rid of him quickly, but he fought and fought and fought his case in court. And now, along with him being brought back, so we know that they fired the inspector generals like between 12 and 17 late one night, midnight firing of these people via email and locking them out of their computers. And the inspector generals are the ones, the watchdogs of these companies that they are saying that needs to be closed down, that is doing so much bad stuff. That these are the people who actually audit these companies. But now they're saying, oh, well, look what's going on here. Well, look, but they have not shown the public any proof. They say that, well, we are transparent and we put it on the Doge website, and you take all of it off after you say that something is a $8 billion cost to the government, and it's a $8 million contract, which most of it has already been dispersed, and all of this shit, putting shit on there 3 times to make it look like it's at a $3 million debt that the government is going to have to pay, when in actuality you put it on there 3 times to make it come up to these high prices. I told you the first 5 things that they had on the Doge website, which is supposed to be the most costliest: waste, fraud, and abuse. They just sneak them off. And like they asked Elon Musk about the mistake that he made, saying that they were spending $50 million on condoms for Gaza. And then 4547 expanded the lie and said it was $100 million on condoms for Gazas. And they were turning the condoms into bombs. Come to find out, it was nowhere near 50 million or 100 million, of course. And they weren't going to Gaza. They were sending condoms to, I think it was Tanzania, to help with the spread of AIDS, the AIDS outbreak, trying to get them to use condoms. You know, kind of like they do at Planned Parenthood and things like that. They're trying to quell the AIDS outbreak. So when he was asked about that in the White House, he said, "Well, we're gonna make mistakes, but the thing is, we have to go back and as long as we come back and say, oh, well, that we made mistakes. No, you don't come back and say anything. You just put the shit on, and everybody blare this shit out all over the news. And Elon Musk said he found this. Elon Musk, where are the real journalists? What happened to real journalism? It's kind of like, remember how the beef sector, you would have to have receipts, but now any lie roast would do. Any lie would do. And people, I've been in a wheelchair since 2017, and I've walked freely everywhere I go. Then I got a dead leg and a dead this and all of this shit, and none of that is true. And motherfuckers still go with it. Go with the lie. And then a motherfucker came out here and I said I had a stroke. Actually, a motherfucker came out here with his lispy ass, with his white girl loving ass, said that I had a stroke. I ain't never had no stroke. Ugh. I, that's what's going on in the government. That's what's going on in the government. Okay, so the FDA, no, the Department of Agriculture said they were going to fire 5,000 employees. But then what happened? They uh, they they said that these firings were against policy, and they're going to have to bring the workers back for at least the next 45 days. Okay. Hampton Dillinger, he is the one who was over the whistleblower thing. That's his name. And he was over the, he was out, he was, they tried to fire him, but he didn't go. So he stayed and he fought it. And he is the one that you have to thank for that. The Merit System Protection Board issued the order after the Office of Special Counsel Hampton Dillinger requested a 45-day reinstatement period. So let me see. The reversal comes in response to a federal judge ruling last week that the government's Human Resources Division had exceeded its authority when it outlined steps to fire an estimated 200,000 federal workers. So they were just doing what they want, and what they were doing was against the law. These are some of the lawsuits that are coming in. Okay, must email workers lead to renewed pushback at federal agency. The Defense Department planned on firing 5,400 probationary employees has been temporarily delayed after federal court decision blocking such dismissals. These are some of the court rulings that are coming through. So so the Department of Government Efficiency, are they even efficient? It doesn't appear to be. Okay, then how much money has the Department of Government efficiency cost the government in all of these court cases, all of these lawyers who are going to defend all of these court cases, in everything that it entails, in everybody they got to pay to defend all these court cases? Where's the efficiency? The director of the National Science Foundation ordered that 84 of the 170 employees who were laid off from the agency last month to be reinstated immediately. And however many days that they were laid off, they should get their full pay. Okay, in my opinion. What say y'all? Hey, Room Shaker. Right, any live roast. Okay, so let me see what else I got. Okay, I got a lot of fucking pictures. Shit. Now, the AP, read the email immediately. The CDC tells about 100 fired employees to come back to work. So, at least 180 people who were fired from the CDC uh, are allowed to come back to work. Centers for Disease Control. Okay. It said, after further review and consideration, a February 15th termination notice has been rescinded, and the employee was cleared to return to work on Wednesday. Do they get all they pay? We apologize for any disruption this may have caused. It caused some disruption in my mental health and in my finances. Pay me, motherfucker, for the disruption that it caused me. The CDC is the latest federal agency trying to coax back workers soon after they were dismissed. You see how efficient this has been? Okay, so are we pledging allegiance to deficiencies? Are we pledging allegiance to fuck niggas doing fuck shit? Are we pledging allegiance to idiots? Let's continue. Similar reversals have been made among employees responsible for medical device oversight, food safety, bird flu response, nuclear weapons, and national parks. Those are a lot of different agencies. All of these agencies where they found so much waste, fraud, and abuse, and it was in the pay of the employees. It's the only waste, fraud, and abuse that they found. So they're trying to topple all of these agencies and turn them into private companies. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the government be consistent of people with a lot of money, privatizing all of these government agencies and getting rich. This is what they're doing because they have not proven any of this shit, but they want to dismantle all of these agencies and make them privatize them. And I'm gonna get to that point right now. Okay. So I showed you guys all of this. What is not? I just want to make sure the IRS is drafting plans to cut as much as half of its $90,000 90,000 person workforce. So what does the IRS? It collects taxes. Um, so people who don't like to pay taxes really don't like the IRS. It's not like a lot of people dislike the IRS or like the IRS in general. But people who don't like to pay taxes and people who like to cheat on their taxes and people who find themselves in 6-year audits, like 40, I think it was a 6-year audit, 45, 47. He couldn't release his taxes the last time he ran because he was being audited. Them type of people, they don't like the IRS. People who get the most tax breaks, and even after all these tax breaks, fudge their taxes. They don't like the IRS, so they are planning to cut their workforce in half. Elon Musk calls Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme of all times, as call mount to remove uh, contribution caps for billionaires. Okay, Trump officials reopened Texas detention center. So they have reopened the Texas detention center that hold the children that they take away from their parents. So let me get to what folks can go to folks' channels and just live for a click and a view. And they'll sit up there and just let them tell any lie that they choose to tell. But then when they come up there and go on somebody's channel and lie about them, just unabashed, unquestioned, unnothing, just say what you got to say. And then when they go up and lie about them, and then they get taken aback. I don't know why. You got to accept that what you allow. Okay, so this is what I wanted to present for you guys. Let me share this with you guys. So I've gone through all of my little clickbait, all of my little screens, morning news. Let's go with this. Did you guys hear 45, 47 that say that he is going to um, buy the Panama canal back? Did you guys hear that? Let's listen to this. Oh, and also the backpedaling and pussy popping that he's doing on these tariffs. So after the Dow went down over 300 points, and a lot of his rich buddies who are losing money. Now all of a sudden, he is not implementing those tariffs. They had said that he. I remember I said yesterday that it was estimated that car prices would go up $12,000 on new cars. So now it seems like the tariffs may be off. He was talking about earlier yesterday that he may take the tariffs off certain things, which included autos. But now I don't know where it is right now. It does actually seem like he's taking the tariffs off all the way. So all of this, we're gonna be rich and we're gonna make so much money. Hold on. We're gonna make so much money on these tariffs and all of this. It seems like that's over. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I'm back. Okay. I wanted to share this with you guys. Um so let's go into this Panama Canal thing. Hold on. This is the wrong thing I'm sharing. Hold on. Who's buying the Panama Canal? So you guys may have heard him say that he's buying back the Panama Canal. Let's uh, let's get to the point where he says it out of his own mouth. Who? After who said what? Let's hear this again. Okay, he's going to be reclaiming the Panama Canal. But BlackRock is going to get together some conglomerates to buy two ports. So is this all of this fake America first shit? All of this patriotism shit? Because if BlackRock is purchasing it, how does it even belong to America? You mean a corporation is going to buy it and make believe like it is owned by America again? Only how is this? How is this American? How is this? How does it belong to America? Who is BlackRock? I want to go into who is BlackRock. Who is BlackRock? Let me replay it. Hold on. Let me stop screen and represent. You didn't see it. I just came to my page and I saw it had all of that. Let me see. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, the sound is up.
The Panama Canal Authority is run entirely by the
Hold on. Okay.
Trump also repeated threats the U.S. will be reclaiming the Panama Canal from China after the Wall Street giant BlackRock said it would lead a consortium to purchase 2 Panama Canal ports from a Hong Kong-based conglomerate. The Panama Canal Authority is run entirely by the Panamanian government, not China, as Trump has falsely claimed. After headlines will air extended portions of President Trump.
Okay, so that's all it is on that. Did you hear it that time of views of you? Okay, so who is BlackRock? Who is BlackRock? Let me share with you who BlackRock is, because we need to know that this is a private equity company who is buying it. Much like they sell everything to us in its private equity. Is the views of you the only person in here? She's the only one commenting. I guess she's the only one in here. BlackRock. Let's see. Hold on. Let me. Now, this is called BlackRock, the conspiracies you don't know. So we're gonna.
That manages $10.6 trillion. I'm standing in front of the headquarters of a company that manages $10.6 trillion. That's more than half the United States GDP. Last time, I covered the shady consulting group McKinsey, and you guys asked for one thing: BlackRock. So here we are. BlackRock is the subject of a lot of speculation online.
There is a robot that controls more wealth than any country on earth.
Really, the commander-in-chief is Larry Fink.
They have stock in 95% of Fortune 500 companies, and they've been hired by governments across the world to help manage financial crises and even just conduct normal operations. That means that pretty much any time you interact with the economy, working, buying stuff, driving a car, going to the bank, anything, you're interacting with BlackRock. But that $10.6 trillion isn't really their money. Don't worry, we'll come back to that. And they claim they're just passive investors, which seems harmless, right? While I love a good conspiracy, and I know there was a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo, how much of a conspiracy is this really? I wanted to get to the truth behind BlackRock and the other nearly identical asset managers, State Street and Vanguard, known as the Big Three. Are they actively controlling the world and shaping it in their favor? Or are they passive investors just riding the wave of American economic expansion? Stay with me.
Okay, so now where do they get all this money from? They get this money from places like your 401k when they investing your 401k, and you don't have a thing to say about in many cases where your money goes. So I'm gonna go forward a little bit.
BlackRock and these big asset managers buy a little bit of every company and just hold on to those shares basically indefinitely. This is called passive investing, a title that affords them a lot of legal leeway they otherwise wouldn't get. They own so much that it would be impossible for them to sell out of any one stock in one fell swoop.
When you think about passive, we can't sell a company as long as they're in the index.
Most of the money asset managers manage comes from institutional investors. Those are big pension funds, insurance companies, nonprofits, and university endowments. But while all the money they manage is in the hands of these big institutions, most of it actually comes from regular people. Public and private pension plans, 401k owners, college tuition, and anyone with insurance. This is your money, but it doesn't always come back to you. Nor do you get a say in the companies it gets invested in. While they want good returns on those investments, contrary to how we think about Wolf of Wall Street type investors, that's not actually their main goal. They make their profits from the fees they charge their clients, not from the returns on the money they invest. I spoke with Benjamin Braun, a professor of political economy at the London School of Economics. He's written a bunch of studies on asset managers' role in our economy and society.
The fees you earn if you're BlackRock increase when the market value of the assets you manage increases. You maximize your assets under management by winning over new clients and by getting the clients that you already have to give you more money.
When you have $10 trillion, you have to put them somewhere, and eventually that somewhere becomes everywhere.
Universal ownership refers to holding shares in the entire universe of firms listed on the stock market. The big three asset managers, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, hold a sizable but still relatively small stake in all listed corporations.
BlackRock is a 3 to 10% shareholder in all of these companies. This may not sound like a lot, but it's enough that selling all of it at once would likely crash that entire stock, kind of locking them into the whole not selling passive thing.
5% in any individual company is actually very significant, because if and when shareholdership is dispersed, 5% makes you, in all likelihood, the single largest shareholder in that company. That's why, for example, in a lot of academic studies, 5% is taken as a threshold for control. There's almost no difference between Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, and even a bunch of other asset managers in terms of their business model. So then you can start and wonder, okay, so if the big three together hold 25% of the shares in any individual company, then you're definitely above the threshold.
Let's zoom in on Amazon. The big three own 16% of...
Okay, let me go further.
And let's not forget, it's not BlackRock's money that's invested. It's your dad's pension fund and your insurer's massive pile of savings. It sounds crazy, but when you put your money in a pension fund, you sign away your voting rights to the pension fund manager. And then when the pension fund manager puts all their pension funds under an asset manager's control, they sign away all those votes to the asset manager. Kind of pyramid scheme vibes. And how do they actually use?
So, kind of pyramid scheme vibe. So, did the muskrat say that that this the purchaser who 4547 told you was going to purchase the Panama Canal was a pyramid scheme? No, he didn't say that. No, not at all. Let's continue, because I want you to see who benefits from. Is there a benefit other than American patriotism about us getting the Panama Canal back? You notice that he's did I? He said a couple of people are going to get together and do that. He said we're gonna take back the Panama Canal, and a couple. He never said BlackRock is going to buy the Panama Canal. So let's see why would they want to do this? Let's continue. What's in it for them?
Use those votes? A 2017 study found that asset managers almost always voted with what the company executives recommended. And why are they always voting with company management? Back in the 80s, company managers used to spend company money on company things, like corporate jets, fancy offices, or occasionally paying their employees. And this made the investors sad because they wanted those profits. So they started offering company managers, in addition to bonuses and benefits, stock options. Executives' total pay was now forever tied to how much the company made.
They can push managers, corporate managers, to act more in the interest of shareholders, meaning in the interest of corporate profits, and do more to maximize corporate profits.
This funnels money back to investors, who now include management, and away from any hope of making companies work better or including employees in the profits that their labor created. Back in the day, like my grandparents' day, more regular people had stocks, and the idea was that every shareholder could vote.
The labor, the labor from the people, the people whose 401k that they're using to let one person decide how they are going to invest it. The 401k person is not going to share in any of this wealth. That's what she's saying. The regular people, regular folks, whose money that they're using to do all these deals is not going to benefit. So let's see how it used
on things like board elections, mergers and acquisitions, executive compensation, and once in a while, wages. Sort of like democracy for people with disposable income.
Government is the people's business, and every man, woman, and child becomes a shareholder with the first penny of tax paid.
In 1945, 94% of stocks were owned by households, but that's not really how it works anymore. Today, households have more like 40% of the stock market, and about half of that belongs to the top 10%.
I received checks just like these.
Hold on.
every month.
Let me get through this commercial.
Okay. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Today, the top 1% own 50% of corporate equity and mutual fund shares, while the top 10% own 86%. Did you think this yellow part was everyone else? Nope. The tiny green part on the bottom is the least wealthy half of Americans.
You often hear this argument that what is good for shareholders is good for everyone because, especially in the US, where retirement assets are overwhelmingly invested in corporate equities, everyone is a shareholder. But that's simply not true. The bottom 50% virtually owns no shares at all.
So our money is getting these people rich, and then they're going out and doing things like this to further get richer. But it's not dwindling down back to the regular person, and you see how much wealth they are over. So when 4547 says that America is taking back the Panama Canal, no, BlackRock is purchasing the Panama Canal to enrich themselves using your money. That's what I want. Privatize. This is not going. How would this be America's? How would this be something that America's owns? It won't be. It's sleight of hands trick that went on yesterday. A whole lot of lying went on yesterday. And this is what this government wants to do. It wants to enrich the rich, to further enrich them and sell you, blow some smoke up our asses, those who want to, I'm American, I'm America, I'm American, and act like they're so patriotic. It's bullshit. That's what I wanted you guys to know. And so this is the, I have another link. This is the investigation or type of thing. Let me see if there's anything else I want to share about this. You guys, the link is in my description box. Let's look at some of the things BlackRock is. Oh, you saw and this started out from a tech guy. He uses algorithms to decide what people are interested in. So it is algorithm based. So I think I skipped over that when I skipped in the beginning. Guys, go out and go check this out. This is very interesting.
So expensive these days. For example, they have significant stakes in Nike, Adidas, Lululemon, and Under Armour. If one outperforms the other, it's the same from BlackRock's point of view. And sometimes it can even lose investors' money altogether if companies were to start lowering prices to compete.
That's the universal ownership logic in action, but it's also an anti-competitive logic in action. The fact that all 5 airlines, all the major banks, for example, in the US have the same large shareholders creates a danger and a risk that these corporations will not engage in competition in the same way they would if they each had different shareholders. Because in that world, each shareholder would root for their company and would hope to outperform the market by the company they waged a bet on.
It's sort of like a neo-monopoly.
So they have a monopoly on price setting. That's what it means. All 5 airlines. Why did they deregulate airlines? So bigger airlines can gobble up the small. We talked about the airlines, how many airlines there used to be, and you hear what they said, the 5 airlines. Child. Anyway.
Monopoly, where companies don't even have to merge and buy each other anymore because they all send profits to the same guys no matter what. And their large stakes in basically every company affords them friends in high places. From just 2014 to 2015, BlackRock performed over 1,500 private engagements with the companies held in their portfolio. BlackRock reportedly believes that meetings behind closed doors can go further than votes against management, and they typically give management a year before voting against them. They also have a lot of friends in the government. There's a sort of revolving door between BlackRock, the government, and the international bodies that create monetary policy. Things like the US Treasury, Federal Reserve, the central banks of Canada, some European countries, and Sweden, as well as the International Monetary Fund and the World Economic Forum. Since 2004, BlackRock has hired at least 84 former government officials, regulators, and central bankers worldwide.
Intersection of politics and business has never been more ongoing.
Larry Fink himself is on the board of the WEF and even tried to get himself selected as Hillary Clinton's Treasury Secretary in 2016. And in 2008, they got themselves a pretty sweet deal.
Traders saying this is the craziest day they have ever seen in these markets. Veteran traders saying they've never seen anything like it.
In the aftermath, the government created the Financial Stability Oversight Council to oversee entities like BlackRock that control a lot of money but aren't banks. The FSOC pointed to BlackRock as an organization that's so big that its failure could cause another collapse, and tried to put additional oversight on them. But BlackRock doubled their political lobbying spending, including running a super targeted ad campaign on the DC Metro, and managed to dodge the oversight that other large financial institutions receive. And let's come back to that loophole they like to call passivity. The people who decide if they're passive enough to continue not to be overseen by the government is BlackRock themselves. Basically, BlackRock and other asset managers have to submit annual letters to self-certify that they've been compliant with the terms of passive investment. That's like being allowed to write whatever you want on your taxes and then audit yourself. Except if you also had $10 trillion, which, unless you're watching this and you're literally Larry Fink, hey bestie, I'm going to safely assume you don't. The part that really blows my mind is that while this one company already has their eggs in basically every basket and is making money off seemingly everyone, it goes even deeper than that. The biggest investors in BlackRock are Vanguard and State Street. And the biggest investors in Vanguard are BlackRock and State Street. And the biggest investors in State Street are, you guessed it, BlackRock and Vanguard.
Asset managers are the shareholders of asset managers. And this is true for all financial firms, and not only.
Okay, so the game is rigged. And thank you, Between Pages. I'm glad you learned something. I hope you enjoy the field trip. Let me see. Heads, I win. Tails, you lose. Okay. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? You got me. I learned something new. So I just wanted you. There is another thing on BlackRock that I have in the description block, and it's how they describe themselves, and it's all bunny rabbits and pink marshmallow clouds, how they describe themselves. So compare and contrast these two videos. So I definitely wanted you guys to understand that when 4547 said that craziness about we as in the United States was going to get the Panama Canal back. This is nothing but a scheme for people to get behind it. And while our money will be using it, only the top 1%, was it, that own half of the wealth in the stock market will be getting paid. And they make sure that they pay themselves. Not only do they own that much, the top three asset management companies make sure that most of their assets are in their competitors' assets. I mean, it's, the game is totally rigged. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna share one more thing with you guys. This is the grift about the ages of people who, and you're not gonna hear them say, hear him say, "Oh, well, they get these social security numbers and they take loans." No, he's saying that these people are these ages, and allegedly, Social Security is sending out checks. Here we go.
We've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taken back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to.
And they have not shown one penny of it. And like you heard what I said, they put it on Doge and take it right back off. When people who have these are the best of the best. These are very, very intelligent people who are firing people who are putting wrong information on Doge, saying that they have discovered all of these $1 billion worth of fraud, and then have to take it off. I mean, where's the efficiency? Where's the competency?
We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
And look at Bobby Kennedy's face, because he know this is a crack of shit. But you're still gonna lick ass and stand up for it. I meant to. He's an embarrassment to this nation. I meant to have my calculator out to add up these numbers. I think he is over right now. I missed some of the numbers. Over 24 million people over the age of 100 years old, he has just called out, and I missed a couple of the numbers. So let's be clear. The numbers has increased. So he's saying that these people are checks are going out to this many people. We're going to talk tomorrow, because I am going to find that clip where they have changed it to, oh no, we didn't mean that many people were getting checks. What we meant is, because they still have these people, these ages on the Social Security rolls, people have been using these Social Security numbers and getting loans. This is the new story. Forget all of this stuff. Y'all misunderstood him when he just stood up here and told you all of these people are still receiving Social Security checks at these ages. Y'all misunderstood him. He meant that. So how if people are getting loans using dead people's social securities uh, numbers, that's not fraud in social security. That is fraud in banking, and they will never do anything with banking other than bail them out. Is my point. Okay, so is there more? I think it's a little more.
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years, more than 100 years older than our country.
And but so if he's what if this is true? Why are there so many smiles on the vice president, this asswipe Johnson, the Speaker of the House? Why are they smiling? If this was real fraud, why do you hear so much laughter on the Republican side of the aisle? If this was real fraud, hey YouTube camera, hey somebody lying. Yes, I am playing somebody lying. Okay, hey Hershey. So if this was real, why are they jucking every time he? Now, wouldn't you be outraged if you believed that this was true? They are just actually. Oh, let me. I have a case in point that I definitely want to share with you about what's going on. I really want to show you guys this. What I believe is going on as well. This is all my links that I'm sharing with you are in the description box. Let me see. Backpedaling. Do you like it raw? Who's buying it? Blackwater 300. Fact check. Let's fact check. Uh, oh, that ain't what I want. I don't want to fact check. Hold on. I do have a fact check to those numbers. I read that all already. I want to share with you what I also believe is his real plan for Social Security. I believe this. I said this as well. I said, do you guys think that they are really trying to crash the economy? I really think they are really trying to crash the economy to say that they must do something different. And I definitely believe that they are trying to crash Social Security so that they will be able to do something different. The link is in the description box. What do you guys think? When you think about all of these lies that are being put out, I think they're trying to do it on purpose.
Any sensible person has to ask, is Donald Trump tanking the economy on purpose? Because every move he's making seems obviously as if it's going to create chaos, crash markets, and open the door for billionaires to swoop in and buy everything at a discount and justify privatizing stuff. So there is a...
Did I just say that? All of that Gitmo stuff, that all of them private prisons that they were opening up to handle all the detainees and all of this stuff, this Panama Canal shit that he making you feel that's going to be a part of America owned, that America owns it, but we see a private equity firm who's only people who get paid are the rich, another machine of the rich to get richer. Let's continue.
The reason Trump might be doing this on purpose. Now, I'm not married to this idea. It's conceivable that through a combination of not understanding what he's doing and wanting to appear tough, Trump is kind of blindly going into this seemingly obvious economy crashing set of policies. But there's another possibility here, which is we see the Dow dropped 1,300 points in 2 days after Trump launched this reckless trade war. the tariffs on Mexico, Canada, China. We see stock prices tumbling, companies warning of higher costs, Wall Street panicking. Just got a report minutes before I came into the studio today about hiring slowing down. But the thing is, it may not be incompetence. This could be a deliberate opportunity for the ultra wealthy, because when the stock market tanks and many people start panicking and selling their investments, I advise against it, okay? It's actually an opportunity to just hold steady, keep buying at lower costs. The billionaires know it. They see the fire sale, they sit on cash, they wait for stocks and land and businesses, even public assets, to crash in value, and then they come in and they buy them really inexpensively. And the worse that Donald Trump makes the economy, the bigger the opportunity for his rich friends and the oligarchical robber barons. We have seen this before. Think back to 2008. Wall Street wrecked the economy. Millions of people lost homes, but who benefited? You had the private equity firms, the hedge funds buying up foreclosed properties, turning them into rental empires.
Now, how many years have I talked about to you about private equity buying up houses and turning them into rental property only to continue to make sure that they continue to profit off of people who are renting and never having the opportunity to gain equity in their own homes forever, and they are the ones who are increasing the rental rates for people. And after COVID, some states went up as much as 40% on rent, and some states went up even higher on rent costs. And they are setting the prices that make it too high for you to do anything else but rent if you are a renter. So let's be clear. I've talked about this. I gave you guys examples about this. You know, that's why I feel this way. Let's continue.
Jacking up rents. We've covered it before. And the same thing potentially could be playing out right now. Because if the stock market keeps falling, jacking up rents. We've covered it before.
Jacking up rents. I've covered it before as well. Let's continue.
And the same thing potentially could be playing out right now. Because if the stock market keeps falling, working class Americans lose their 401ks, the billionaires get to buy blue chip stocks at a discount and buy up foreclosed properties at a fraction of their market value.
From these working class Americans who are losing their jobs as well. Not only are they losing their 401ks, because we saw who gets to invest our 401ks in the video before us. You don't even have no control over who's investing your 401k. So do we see who it's set up for and who it's set up against? Let's continue.
And it's not only about that, it's also about the big P word. Which one am I talking about? Privatization. The right-wing playbook has always been create a crisis, convince people that the system is failing, and then swoop in to offer a privatized alternative that benefits corporations. Look at Social Security. For years, Republicans have lied about Social Security being on the verge of collapse. What it really would be is, if we change nothing in a bunch of years, it would only be able to afford to pay 80% of benefits, something which we can fix with just some small tweaks. Why do they want to manufacture a crisis around Social Security? Because then they can justify gutting it and handing your retirement over to Wall Street. Take the post office. Trump and his cronies who sabotaged the USPS during Trump's first term, slowed down mail delivery, said, look at how dysfunctional this whole thing is. And then they go, well, you know what? This might be better provided by private companies like UPS, FedEx, and DHL. Let's privatize mail. It's the same old trick over and over again. And now Trump is doing it with the entire economy. He stokes the chaos with the tariffs. He spooks investors. He causes a downturn. And then he and his billionaire allies can claim, look, the economy's struggling. Let's deregulate everything. Let's privatize public assets.
Is that saying the Dow is down 42,000 points? Okay, I'm sorry. CNN man is on, and I just looked at the Dow, and it's down 42,000 points. The Nasdaq is down. The S&P 500 is down. Everything's down. So this is my point. This is my point. Do you guys? The link is in the description box. Hey, good morning, Linda. And they are talking about increasing military spending again, of course, and they still have not. The Defense Department still has not completed a actual budget because they can't find the paperwork. So those are the things that I share with you guys today. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe, become a member to support the channel. And if you would like to support the channel, you can also cash up $ Ronnie Q. Those are all the things that I wanted to talk about. Let me see your comments. If you remember the movie Trading Places, Eddie Murphy, they said buy cheap and sell high, and greed is good. Yeah, yes, I do. What should we do? I can't tell you what we can do. I can just I see what it is, but it just seems I think that personally, I don't know. I really don't know. Uh, uh, you know how we I know what we did in the past when everything was against us. We came together and dealt with each other and made way with each other. We didn't see people out there struggling or whatever and bartered or whatever to make it. I really think that it's going to get to that point, but the condition of some of us, not all of us, is so bleak that working together, if we have so many people amongst us who would go tell massa which way we running when we run. At this point, I feel very skeptical about us being even to work together to support one another because that's so foreign to a lot of us. I don't know. I'm a if you guys have some suggestions, I'm gonna drop the link, and you guys can come up and tell me. Yes, thank you for the super chat between pages. I'm glad that you actually learned something. So if no one up, or yes, write it in the chat. What do I'm just presenting what I see. I do want some solutions. YouTube camera, did I speak? I hope I did. Okay. So nobody has any. I understand. Thanks for yeah, because I think that a lot of us want some answers of what can we do. Uh, I mean, the game is rigged in so many ways. So that's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you for joining me. Oh, don't forget. I think I have something a little funny for you guys. Oh, wait a minute. Did Palm Reader video come out? I also wanted to check on that. Let me see if that video came out. Remember, I gave you a debut of Palm Reader's video that was supposed to come out, and I didn't check to see if it came out yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if it came out. It was supposed to come out yesterday. No, the preview is still out. So we're going to be looking for the full version of this. Hold on one second. If you guys haven't joined this page, this video was supposed to have come out yesterday. So I'm thinking it may come out today because it didn't come out yesterday. Go over there and join Palm Readers channel because this is a little preview what's to come on this video. Let's check it out.
A bitch got a new coif. You can't tell me shit.
God don't play about me and anything I wear. God don't play about me and he don't play about my hair. If I fall out, that will not abuse it. I doubt I will ever lose it. A new wig, girls, I got a new wig. God don't play about me. I say a daily prayer that God won't play about me.
A bitch got a new coif. You can't tell me shit.
Okay, so if you haven't signed up for Palm Reader, go make sure you sign up. Now, Hershey's, I'm not surprised. I had already said this. I had already talked about that. I knew that this was going to happen. I already talked about it. And when he released those January 6 people, I didn't know this. I don't give a fuck who it was, who it is. It figured it would have to be Elon Musk who is proposing it if what you say is correct. None of this surprises me. It disgusts me, but it does not surprise me. That's why I asked, because I have to meet with my new financial advisor soon, and all of this mess is going on. Do you trust your financial advisor? Maybe you, if you tell him your concerns, if you trust them. I wish a particular person from LSA was over here because they are very knowledgeable. Maybe I'll check with her. They are very knowledgeable in this area. So I'm going to check with her, and maybe I'll have an answer for you tomorrow. I'll have her answer. It's my answer or her suggestions. Oh, you haven't met them yet. I will relay this, and I'll see what she thinks is the best course for somebody in this climate. And that's the best I can do because I definitely cannot give you any suggestions. Okay? And I'll try to get back with you on my live tomorrow. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Have a great day. I appreciate you joining me. Oh, no problem. You're no problem at all. Because we got to share information with each other. I can't tell you what to do, but I can lead you to somebody who may have an answer, and you can run some things across that person and make your own decisions. Yes, have a great day, everybody, and thank you guys for coming over here and spending some time with me. There's a couple of links that I did not share in today's live. Go look in the description box and check it out. Have fun on your trip, and I hope whatever team you're rooting for wins. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys for coming out and spending some time with me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.